All right, I am back. How's it going, guys? Wow, the past uh, 7 or 8 days have been pretty crazy for me. Um, but today we're gonna get it back. Whatever I do in probably like the next 9, 10 hours. Finally getting this character going. Still level 66 on it. Just got to maps pretty much. I upped some gear, so I'm pretty much ready to go on that front. Still have not cleaned up quad tabs from before. But yeah, I'll get into an update of things. But first, I want to explain what happened. So last Friday, um, it would have been 9 days ago. This is when my last video went out. I went to sleep, like 9 a.m. that day. Woke up at 3, took the dogs out, and then while I was out with the dogs, my 8-year-old brother comes down, comes in the fence, lets the dogs out. So we spend the next 2 hours trying to get the dogs back from where they ran off to in the woods. Um, so yeah, that was crazy. And I was like, after that, I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna take a break. So I decided I'm gonna take a nap for a couple hours. I woke up 3 hours later to find out that the toilet downstairs in the basement had been just continuously running and overflowing for like 2.5 hours, just um, with no interference. So I woke up and like the carpet in my room is wet because it had like come through this wall behind me into the floor and almost like through this entire room. So that's like 8:30, 9 o'clock. We're figuring this is out. This happened, and yeah, we sucked up like over 50 gallons of water from the floor, if not more, over the course of days. I completely disassembled like my entire room, and it all had to leave here. Uh, we spent 4 or 5 days trying to like dry out the carpet in any way possible to see if it was salvageable. Wound up being not, so the carpet got ripped out of this room um, completely. It's got new carpet down in it. We're able to keep the hallway um, pretty good, but yeah, that was nuts. Getting everything fixed and put back in here, and this couch that's behind me as well. Um, is so big that it doesn't come out of this room. Um, Getting it in here, we had to like remove ceiling tiles and stuff. I was like 4 years ago. But to get it out, it would have to go out like top first, lift like upward into the ceiling to get it out before turning it, and then it's couch is probably never getting out of this room. That's so yeah, that added some difficulty to some things. But yeah, I spent like 4 days just after that initial day, like on the couch, just trying to physically recover from being active for that long. Um, yeah, it was crazy. Um, I spent 2 days watching college football. Tried to get my 8-year-old brother into Kingdom Hearts, and he fell asleep twice. Um, and then I watched Doctor Strange. I watched Thor Ragnarok. I watched Black Panther and the latest two Avengers movies. Um, with Thanos in them, I'd never seen any of them. I also watched Cruella. That was a fantastic movie. Then I decided to mess around with my dad's PlayStation and Xbox, and I played some Gran Turismo Sport for a while, PS4. Then I dove into No Man's Sky, playing hardcore mode. I died like 15 times, like within minutes of spawning stuff. I then lived for like an hour and a half, and then I played like an 8-hour save on that, and then moved on from that. I did an undercover or a hardcore run of Subnautica, made it like 3 hours, and got eaten in the dark by a fish I couldn't see. Um, Played Ark for a little bit. Then I fully beat Lego Marvel Superheroes 1. And yeah, now we're pretty much here. And now I can finally get this character leveled and get into maps. And yeah, let's see what I can get away with. Alright, I've now played for a bit. Got myself up to level 81. I was hoping I'd get higher, but I also spent several hours cleaning up my stash tab, and I've only filled up not even half of one quad tab. So I got that taken care of for a few days, and then I've been trying to grind down my Nico missions in white maps. So I've been running T4, T5 maps on the Atlas, and then doing like 83 delve. Only level 18 gems still. About halfway to 19 for both these. And yeah, things are just cruising along. I haven't done Uber Lab yet. Mainly because I died twice and was frustrated and wanted to just come back down to Del and get more levels real quick. There's no like increased life or anything on this stuff, and since I haven't done Uber Lab, I'm not running Despair yet. That'll be a lot of extra damage on stuff. Let alone 2 or 3 gym levels. And on the passive tree, I don't have Breath of Rhyme, which is this up here. Everything will be in the path of building in the video description if you want to look at things further. But just with what I've got, like, this character is going to be exactly what I needed. It's, I still want to get some rings and get the curse effect reduction. And I would like some Awakener orbs. So I think tomorrow I'm just gonna like straight up try and push Awakener. I want Awakener orbs so I can try and make some fancy rings. And this character is not going to struggle with it like all of my other ones. So looking good. I will want to start looking for a staff to craft on. Once I'm doing these higher tier maps. Because I want to get a +3 staff so I can have at least a 5-linked Orb of Storms. For the double curse. Because to put a 3rd curse in my current setup means I have to drop the crit chance on the Orb of Storms, which makes it much harder to proc Elemental Overload. Because most of that's being done by crits from the Orb of Storms. This is a dangerous one. Lots of physical damage here, and not looking the best on physical damage reduction. Not even running a Granite Flask like I normally am. Went with the Sulfur Flask instead. Full evasion. Could have gone for... Oh, come on. Yeah, physical damage. Could have gone for the Blind Flask. That would help in situations like these. But went with the Sulfur Flask instead. And making do down here in 83 Delve. So, really not much going on here gear-wise. I replaced the additional curse ring when on the passive tree I got up here to Whispers of Doom. Beyond that, I've pushed up to Cruel Preparation and then started filling Scion Life Wheel. That's all I've really done. I've got a bunch of easy access jewel sockets, easy access cluster jewels if I wanted to go that route, or I could just push over to Breath of Rhyme. That's a lot of extra damage that isn't necessarily needed, which I could just go life and then get more life and get more life, get more life, and maybe get the shock effect reduction here, get to 1 all res. There's a few things I could do. And that's with a +1 item level 13. I think you need, doesn't matter the item level to get +1 cold. You need at least level 7 to get the minimum cold dot multi. Like on this one, level 13 allows it to have 2 gears. So on this one, since I had +1 cold and the cold dot multi, I used the Exalt for the spell damage craft on this wand. So this one's really, really good. This one's decent, but just based on what I've got here, a +3 staff with crafted up to 36 cold dot multi is higher than what I have on its own. And yeah, that could even be multi-modded for the spell damage. So the staff will just be better. I'll get 5 link. Not have to worry about my crits. And yeah, this ring doesn't even have life on it. It's just sucking resistances at the moment. I'll need to go farm for a helm enchant at some point. This helm probably isn't worthy of helm enchant for it to build. But things are looking okay. This ring's only covering some fire res, so if I find a ring with some fire and chaos res, that'll be an easy upgrade. Yeah, none of the gear is amazing, other than the +1 cold dot multi wand. So yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna wrap this up for today. I'm happy to be back playing this. I actually have a character that's gonna be able to handle some of this endgame stuff. I'm excited. So, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Hit the like button, subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.